morning, everybody. Sami Manani, Hoyamora, and welcome in many other languages, including the language of inclusion, because that's the language we like to speak in the British Council. We believe that the inclusion of children and young people in their education is a fundamental right. This conference is part and parcel of us knowing more and finding out more about how we can tackle that, and how the British Council can make a unique contribution to that by roping together the best of the expertise in Sub-Saharan Africa and the best of the expertise in the UK, and learning together for the young people.
Really outstanding, excellent, inclusive education is actually an education that is able to support any child on their journey through their 1 million minutes at school. Without high expectations, none of these ambitions are going to be realised. It's really about taking the time to define what does success look like. What does success look like for different students? It's not always necessarily exactly the same thing. Great inclusion is about celebrating the achievements of all students and the richness of welcoming that diverse group of students into our schools. And although we may not see that progress immediately in terms of our practice, when you step back and see how far you've come as countries and as policy makers and as schools over time, you can see the difference that you are all making.
I think there's some really positive steps that have been taken forward. The British Council is doing a great job in terms of facilitating this dialogue across the region. The Connecting Classrooms project has already had some strong outcomes, and I'm sure there'll be more to come in the future. I'm particularly encouraged to see inclusion feature at the heart of our aspirations for education in 2020.
We're taking this step to work with policymakers to try and help them understand the steps towards implementing inclusive education in their countries.
What needs to be done is to enhance the skills or whatever that the competencies that they already have, by helping them to apply culturally relevant pedagogies. They also need to be more engaging and to connect with the learners, to be able to understand their needs, and also to plan the lessons that will be responsive to the needs of the learners. They also need to exhibit high expectations for all learners. They must believe that all learners can learn, and they also can be able to teach those learners.
Parents need to be recognized, valued, trusted, and welcomed to a school environment to make sure that those students with special educational needs are fully included in the system.
This particular workshop is targeted more at policymakers, so that when we go back, we can now influence the policy in our countries, so that it will help in advancing the inclusive education system. Inclusive education as it is, it's quite a good thing. It's a necessary thing, because at a time like this, we need to carry everybody along, especially in our education, because education is not just meant to improve the individual, but it will also make our countries, and by extension the whole world, a better place.
We think that the British Council together with the Ministries of Education from the countries from Sub-Saharan Africa, we can make a real difference in the life of children in Sub-Saharan Africa if we work together.